All right, guys and gals, we're back here working on the old square body. I'll flip you guys down, you can see what we're doing. So, you guys remember from the other videos, I'm making this a 6x4. I'm gonna try to power both rear axles. Just leave the front though freewheeling for the time being. I've come up with 36 inches is the magic number that I'm gonna add to the frame. Leave me with about a foot overhang on the bed, which is what I had originally. I just had, these were from an old air compressor. I basically had them, I guess two of them were welded together. I don't know, you can see here. I'm gonna, grind this down, make it look a little better, take some of this paint off. But you guys get the idea. I'm gonna do something like this. I just have it C-clamped for now, but that's not the way it's gonna stay. I'm actually gonna make a notch from here back on the C channel, and I'm gonna slide it right over the top. So I want to get this level with this angle iron. So I basically want this height to be the same as the height over the front axle, and that'll make my life easy. When I put the wood down for the bed, I could just put long stringers across, then I can fill in the bottom to reach down to the frame. So hopefully that'll make sense once I get to that point. I'm gonna work on these frame rails now, and I'm gonna quickly, I have a bigger gas tank out of, like a Suburban or something, to relocate it out of the cab. I'm gonna put that in the back here, somewhere in here. I'll make up a cross member in the back, and I'll fit the tank in now. All right, so this is the tank going in. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's like the newest thing I think I've ever installed in my life in any project, but definitely nice. I forget the gallons in this one. I don't know if it's 30. You guys can put it in the comments if you know. I'm gonna try to put the filler neck going out the left side where it was to begin with. I'm gonna put some like rope or something around here. It definitely fits in between the frame rails, which is great. But I don't have any cross members back here yet. I have to figure out the straps. Probably gonna end up putting, some sort of end cap on here and just have it up against that. And then, if you guys remember, I got this big massive bumper, pintle hitch and everything like that. It's gonna bolt on afterwards. So, not too worried about the placement. If I sit it far enough back, I think I clear the pumpkin on the rear end. But I'm gonna take some quick measurements on that, and I'll get it mocked up with some straps so you guys can see it. All right, guys, so this is what I came up with. I just wrapped some string around the frame rails, and I kind of, laid it in there like a cradle. I'm gonna put the tank back in there just so you guys could see, but that worked out pretty good. I'm gonna try to get the tank as high as I could get, to give a little extra ground clearance so no rocks or anything are gonna be hitting it. I have it sitting back, or I had it sitting back. I have an imaginary, cross member right here, guys. So pretend that's there. I have the tank back against that, and then I have just enough room for the other differential right in here to be able to move up and down. I probably have to remeasure and see if I have to move this guy, but I don't think I do. I think everything's gonna line up. I took some heavy duty Kindorf and I just laid it on top of the frame rails. I'm going to C-clamp. I'll put some big C-clamps here and there. I'll lock it onto the frame, and then that'll set my height for the back half of the frame. I'm gonna raise these up. These C-channels I'm gonna raise up, and I'll clamp them to the Kindorf, and then I'll keep these C-clamps here to help hold my height dead level. And then what that'll do is it'll give me the back half of the frame high enough that I can put the rear spring mount, just like right there, shackle. And then it'll also set my bed. When I get the wood set, it'll be nice and easy to get the top level for the bed. Just coming across nice and flat. If you guys haven't tried this before, anyone looking to put a gas tank in, everybody always holds them from the ground up with the jack, which I could easily do. I have my giant bumper down here. I got to drag that out of the way. The thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds. So anyway, just came up with this thin string I had laying around. I wrapped it around, made an X underneath, and as you can see, the tank is just about perfect. I can get my height, kind of figure out, what I want to do. Like I said before, these Kindorfs are going to be where my bed lies on top of that. It's going to be a couple layers of wood, and then underneath my bed there's a big aluminum I-beam. So the bed's going to be up another couple inches, so that should be just perfect to run my filler out the side. I got a cross member back here. As you can see, get a cross member right there, and get my straps going from the back right up to the front, and I just have to make up a cross member in the front. My pinion, the center of my differential, is gonna land right there on the second rear end. That should be perfect. This truck with these heavy duty springs doesn't have much suspension travel to begin with. Down the line I might change that, but for now I'm just gonna leave it stiff. And this cross member can definitely stay there, so I'm not worried about that. I'll just have to figure out shock mounts and stuff like that as I go. But for now, I'm super happy with that, guys. I'll take a step back. You guys could see, you know, roughly what it's starting to look like. The C channel, I'm going to raise it up. I'm going to notch it like I had said earlier. I'll get this up and bolted to the Kindorf first. Then I'll mark where the top of the original frame rail is from the truck. I'll put a slit wherever it's going to end up being, and I'll slide it over. Then I have these pieces here that I'm going to use to plate the outside to mate it up with the original frame rail. And then I'll probably do something on the inside, just box it or do something. I mean, I have a little bit of an overhang on the inside as it is, you guys could see. So I think that should be pretty good, actually. And between the secondary frame rail on the outside, have some holes here. I can do some plug welds and stuff like that. Just gotta grind down this weld, and that should be plenty strong in the back, guys. All right, so scratch that idea, guys. The Kindorf has way too much flex in it. If I grab one end, I could get the whole thing to bow down. So I have these 2x3 pieces of tubing here, box tubing. So you can see I clamped it here on the flat part of the frame, brought it out. Those are nice and strong. And then I have my C channel up here, have it marked. This is the amount that's gonna go into the other frame. And then I didn't mark it yet, but I'm gonna end up making a slit, you know, to allow it to go in. I'm just gonna clean up this top here, get some of the crud off. All right, I got the 2x3 double clamped over here. Got it as straight as I'm gonna get it. And then my C channel clamp, like I had said, it's just temporary right now. This is my mark. I kind of ground down the paint as best I could. If it's smooth, guys, I'm not going too crazy. This isn't a show truck. I just want to get it smooth enough so that I can weld those other pieces on the outside. And I'm gonna take my Sharpie, and I'm gonna do this as best I can. Which is really not coming out that great at all, but you guys get the idea. I'm gonna go bring that over to the bench, and I'm gonna run that to here. I'll slice that little piece out, and then I'm gonna walk this back and bring it until this line is flush with the end of the frame rail there. All right, moving right along. You can see here, I got the notch cut out. Got it nice and parallel to my upper 2x3. I have to now start cleaning up this frame, get the paint and all the crap off on the inside. And I might just have to grind this notch a little lower because of the bend in the frame rail here. And then I'm gonna have to pull this back as far as I could get it to get this flush with the inside of this frame. And then I'm gonna end up plating the top to get the width that I need. All right, so this is what I came up with. Got a couple C clamps on the side, hopefully holding them from twisting. This guy's about as straight as I'm gonna get it on the C channel. This I'm just using to keep them level with each other, as I said before. And just kind of going around, taking a lot of different views. And I'll probably put a bunch of heavy tacks to start, you know, and then pull all the clamps off, work on the other side, and then try to take a lot of measurements. I'm just about 34 inches from outside to outside. I want to keep that intact. I want to eyeball them, make sure that they're pretty much vertical upright, which it seems to be. It's hard to see on this phone right now, but anyway, that's what we're working with. I should have cleaned up this frame here, but I'm going to kind of do it on the fly. These plates are coming off, so I'm going to get some big tacks in here, tack in there probably. I could get some good ones in here, just clean the paint off, and then a couple underneath. And then I'll pull everything off, really clean the black paint off good, and then start working on the other side. So same setup as the other side, guys. I just got the 2x3 as the straight edge coming across. Have these little plates here just to keep my 2x4 C channel perfectly vertical. And then we go around the back. I just have 2 pieces of angle iron cut and fitted onto the ends right there. And this is going to be the piece for the back side. It's going to go like that. Once I get the angle iron welded in, I'll fit this in, and then I can mount the gas tank to that.